لا مكتوب هنا أدهم.
عملت ميوت على فكرة.
Okay, guys, do you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you everyone.
We are going to start now
Yes,
our lesson. Can you see the screen now? Okay.
Yes.
So we're going.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mute yourselves. Mute yourselves. Mute
Yes.
yourselves. Come on. Come on. Come on. Type. We're going to say some rules before we start. We're going to say our rules. First, don't open your cameras. This is the first rule. And the second one, you have to mute your microphones until I tell you otherwise, whether بقى عشان I will ask you a question, or you want to ask a question, or you want to answer something that I'm going to give you in the classroom classwork. You have to raise your hand in order for me to give you the permission. And no interruption is allowed. And anyone who will not follow the previous rules, I'm going to give you 2 warnings, and then you will be dismissed. I will remove you from the session. Yani as simple as this. Okay. Type. We're going to start now with our lesson. We were talking about space, and we talked about the sun, and we talked about the types of bodies that revolve around the sun and roam around in the space. We talked about the asteroids, and the last session we were talking about 3 types of bodies. They are all have they all have the same names, اللي هم the meteoroids, meteors and meteorites. طيب, at the beginning, anyone remember the difference between the 3 of them? I need you to tell me what is the meaning of a meteor. Whoever knows, please raise your hand. No one knows? The meteor. Come on, guys. Okay. So the meteor, apparently none of you watched the video yesterday. صح? Okay.
I did. Miss, I watched it.
You watched the video in Najat?
Yes.
Okay. Muhammad? Yes, okay.
Miss, I watch it too.
Type. Did you watch it? Then you have to answer the question. Whoever
me
knows
too,
this,
Miss.
raise your
Yes.
hand. I need you to raise your hand, okay?
Miss, ممكن أروح الحمام؟
Muhammad, this is your first warning.
Miss, how do we raise our hand? Yani we open
There
the
is a
camera?
button. There is a button. There is a
Where?
button that
Yes,
says
I know where.
raise your hand.
Where is it?
Where? The دوسي.
Try it.
Where is
Yes, thank
Miss,
you,
I can't
Hannah.
find it.
Hannah did خلاص, and Muhammad did too, I think. طيب. Hannah, I
Miss,
want
where
you,
is the
Hannah,
the
unmute
thing?
yourself and answer the question. Hannah? طيب. Apparently you don't know the answer, so I'm going to give you the answer. The first thing is the difference between the meteor and the meteoroid. The meteoroid is a type of body that is smaller than the asteroid, and this body you will find it with the asteroid and the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It's smaller than the asteroid, and that's why we don't call it an asteroid. When this meteoroid enters the atmosphere of Earth, we call it a meteor, as long as it enters the atmosphere of the Earth. Yes, Mariam.
Miss, are we going to answer something with the resource pack?
Yes, I'm going to give you homework today, and you're going to answer it in the resource pack, and you will photograph it and send it to me. Do you know the answer for the question?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, ask, dear.
Is it the new resource pack?
Is what?
Are we going to answer our homework in the new resource pack?
You're going to answer the homework in the resource pack. You have your resource pack, right?
Yes.
You
Is
have
it
to.
in the new one?
Yes, the new one, dear. The homework will be in the new one. Yes, you're going to answer in it.
Miss الهاتر
Please,
Mr.
no one
C, صح؟
unmutes themselves without me telling them, please. Okay? Type. So this answers your question, yeah, Mariam?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mute yourself. Yes, Malak, unmute yourself, dear. Yell.
Miss, but like, if we did not have the new resource pack,
If you don't have the resource pack, okay, I'm going to check and I will get back to you,
No,
or I will be sending you an email.
the third trimester.
Yes, I know, dear. If you don't have it, I will check with the coordinator and the supervisor and we'll get back to you. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you, dear. Hey, anyone has any other questions? Type. So again, back to
Miss,
yes, Najat.
I can't find the button raise hand. I can't find it خالص.
You can't find it up. Do you know the answer for the question?
No, but I can't find it. Yeah, where it is? Where is it?
It's supposed to be يعني, right at the bottom of your screen.
No.
Can you find it?
No.
Type. Until I can describe it to you better,
Miss?
yes.
Najat should open the participants and she will find a small box in it, 3 dots. She will click on it and she will find raise hand.
Where?
Did you hear that, Najat?
Press where?
At the participant.
Yes. Where?
There are 3 dots.
Yes, yes. Abdurrahman is right.
Where's the 3 dots?
In a small box كده على اليمين.
اهو لقيته.
دوس عليه.
اوكي. تمام. خلاص يا نجاة. اوكي. طيب.
Yes, thanks.
You're welcome, dear. Okay, guys. So let's continue. So when the meteoroid enters the Earth atmosphere, it's called a meteor. If by a chance it's big enough for it to not completely burn and some of it or chunk of it will reach the Earth, it's called a meteorite. Okay? So again, I want one of you to tell me the difference between the meteoroid, meteor, and meteorite. Come on. Try the raise your hand button. None? No one knows? Type. I'm going. Okay, Hala. Thank you, Hala. Yes, tell me, dear. Hello?
Yes,
Yes, honey, say.
the meteorite is it's smaller than the asteroid.
Not the meteorite or the meteoroid?
The meteoroid, I mean.
Okay.
And when it reaches the Earth, it's called the meteor.
When it reaches the Earth, where what or when it enters?
When it enters, I mean.
When it enters the atmosphere of the Earth, it's called a meteor. Yes. And the meteorite is the one that
It's big.
it's a little bigger than for it to be burned completely in the atmosphere. So what happens?
So sometimes like it makes a hole in the earth.
Yes, it reaches the Earth. Thank you very much, Yahal. Yes, Muhammad. Hey, Muhammad. Do you need something? Huh?
لا.
Okay. Type. Now we're going to continue talking about the types of bodies in the space that revolve around the sun and roam around in the space. So give me a second, please. Guys, so after that we're going to talk about the planets, and I think lots of you learned about the planets before, and I think you remember a lot about the how the planets are arranged. So who can tell me how the planets are arranged? Someone can tell me. I think it's very obvious in front of all of you. So raise your hand and tell me the names of the planets. Yes, Abdurrahman? Unmute yourself, dear. Yes, dear.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Type. Can anyone tell me why Pluto is not? Thank you, Abdurrahman. Why Pluto is not a planet anymore, and what is it considered? Huh? Yes, Haya. Haya. Unmute yourself and answer, dear.
It's me.
Who's this? This is Hannah. Yeah, I
Pluto's
know.
not a planet anymore because it went farther from the other planets.
It went further from the other planets, or the scientists considered it what? Thank you, Haya. Huh? Anyone else can answer this question? Huh? The scientists considered Pluto a what? Ruqayya. Yes, answer, dear. Come on.
A dwarf planet.
A dwarf planet. Thank you very much. Along with what else? Who can tell me the other names of the dwarf planets? We mentioned it in a video before. So only Abdurrahman, Haya, and who's that? I'm going to unmute you. I need you to tell me who are you. iPhone and yes.
Yeah, iPhone is me, Yasin Muhammad.
Okay, Yasin Muhammad. Huh. Can you answer the question? Another names lil dwarf planets.
I wanted to answer the first question that Abdurrahman answered.
You answered, okay, for the first question. Top. Anyone else who can answer the second question? Huh? Give me another names for another dwarf planets, guys. You can't remember any of them? Type. There is Ceres and Ares. Do you remember the names of those guys? Huh? And Makemake. Okay. So Pluto is considered one. Yes, Najat. Huh? Yes, dear. Najat? Unmute yourself, dear. You raised your hand. Do you need anything?
Series.
Yes.
Yes. And
and there is Aries.
yes.
Right.
And Pluto.
And Pluto.
and
Maki
I
Maki.
can't. Yes, and there's
Okay.
another one, but I can't remember.
Okay, it's okay, dear. Thank you very much. Unmute yourself. Thank you. Yes, Abdurrahman. Hey, Abdurrahman, do you need something? طيب, we're going to continue now. So the solar system consists of the planets, and of course they are revolving around the sun. And we have 8 planets. After Pluto got out of the solar system, they became 8 planets only, revolving around the sun. For us, in order to remember the names and the order of the planets, there is a very easy way to remember it by remembering the statement, "My very easy method just speeds up naming." So as you can see, my is for Mercury, very V is for Venus, easy E is for Earth, M in method for Mars, just the J in just for Jupiter, S for Saturn, and U for Uranus, and N in naming for Neptune. Okay, I think this will make it easy for you guys to remember the arrangement of the planets. Yes, Ziad, do you need something, dear?
Miss,
Yes.
I wanted to say that Jupiter is the largest planet on all of them.
Yes, this is true, dear. Jupiter is the largest planet among all of them. Thank you, Ziad. طيب, there is a statement that you can remember by it how we can remember the arrangement of the planets. Yes, Roma?
Miss, which one of them is the smallest?
The smallest is Mercury. Among all of them, Mercury is the smallest, which is the closest to the sun. Okay?
Okay.
تمام. Okay, so now that we knew this statement, if you have a piece of paper next to you or something, you can write down this statement, because the next classwork is us trying to figure out the names of the planets. Okay, so are you guys ready? تمام.
Just 1 minute.
Yes, dear. Okay. Huh. My very easy method just speeds up naming. And Najat, are you ready?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so this is our classwork. We are going to say the names, but wait a minute. Okay, so the first one, the closest to the sun, remember the statement and tell me. Hey, yes, Limar, unmute yourself and answer.
Mercury.
Mercury, you are right. So Mercury is the first one. Okay, طيب. Who is next? Huh? Whoa. Huh? Who's next? طيب. I want Farida. Farida. After Venus. Earth. Thank you, Farida. Thank you, dear. طيب. Next. Huh? Who's next? I can say مين ممكن Iyad. Yes, Iyad. What's next to Earth?
Mars. No, Mars.
Mars. Right. You were right. Mars. Correct. Thank you, Iyad. Huh. Next is, yes, Ziad.
Jupiter.
Next to Mars, Jupiter. Thank you. Yes, Ziad. Huh. The next one is Unmute yourself. Thank you. The next is what? Yes, Najat.
The next miss is Saturn.
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 Yes, Saturn. Thank you, Najat. Who's else? Come on, guys. What's next? Yes, Malak. Malak.
No, Miss, I just want to know. I should ask. Should we write?
This is this is in your book. So if you have the book, write in your book. If you don't have the book, I will be uploading this anyway. I will be uploading the video anyway. Yeah. خلاص. طيب. Who's next? What's after Saturn? After Saturn? Yes, Yasin Muhammad.
I didn't want to answer, but which page is the resource pack to answer?
Which page? It's page 59.
Okay, so
Okay, it's page 59. Type. Oh, Dr. Reem is with us. Dr. Reem.
Hello. How are you, everyone? I hope you're fine. I just wanted to answer you about the resource packs. Now the resource packs, this is the new resource pack. So if you don't have it, you need to go to school to receive yours, because Ms. Nisma will not upload an empty sheet for you to answer in. So you need to receive your new resource packs from school. We're open every day from 9 to 1. Okay, so you can tell your mom and dad, and they should have received the message. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reem. Okay, Haya, does this answer your question? Haya and Malak.
Miss Haya went to the
Okay.
100.
Okay, Malak.
Can I answer?
Malak, you asked me about the resource pack, and Dr. Reem just answered you. Did you hear her?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, dear. طيب.
Can I answer?
طيب. Okay, answer it. يلا. After Saturn?
Okay. After Saturn, Neptune.
No, it's Uranus.
Oh.
طيب. The next one, Ruqayya, you can answer it. Ruqayya. Ruqayya.
Miss, I was raising my hand to answer the one Malak answered.
طيب, can you answer the next one? طيب. خلاص, okay, Ruqayya. If anyone else knows the answer, please raise your hand. Yes, Yasin Abdul Hamid.
Neptune.
Neptune. Thank you, Yasin. And the last one is the one that got out of the solar system, and we said we considered it a dwarf planet. Yes, Farida? Pluto. Thank you, Farida. Pluto is the last one. Okay, guys, so you have the statement with you that will help you remember the arrangement of the planets, which is what? Who can tell me the statement again? Muhammad Ahmed. Muhammad, can you tell me the statement that we just said?
Annie.
The statement that we said, we use it to remember the arrangement and the names of the planets. اللي هم الكلمات دول.
My very easy method, just speed up naming.
Very good. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you very much. Okay. Does anyone has a question so far? Anyone has a question so far? Type. We're going to continue. Yes, who's that?
Me, Najat.
Yes, Najat.
Miss, can I see the method again, please?
Can you see the method again? Okay, give me a second. Here is it. Can you see it, Najat?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Miss.
You're welcome, dear. Okay, so next is we're going to continue talking about our lesson, and we know that there are other bodies that revolve around the sun, and some of those bodies are not they are man-made, they are made by people, they are not created by God. So we are talking about the satellites. Satellites is anything that revolves or roam around in the space. So a satellite could be a moon or a planet or a machine that orbits a planet or a star. The types of satellites we know that there are natural satellites, the one that God created, such as the moon, and we call it a natural satellite because it revolves around Earth. So as long as it orbits or it revolves or it moves in the space, we call it a satellite. Okay. But some satellites are artificial satellites, which means that they are made by human. For example, there are satellites that people build and launch in order to collect information about the space, or collect information about other planets, or collect information about the Earth itself. Some of it, we use it in order to predict the weather in the next days or the next month or the next few months. So people use satellites, and some satellites, of course, the most famous job for the satellites is to connect you with the other broadcast. So when you open your TV and you start flipping or switching between channels, this is actually the satellites trying to or reflecting the connection from the broadcast into your TV. Okay, so that satellites built by people and launched by rockets into space, and they orbit around the Earth or in the space. So we have, for example, one kind of satellites is the space telescope, and the space telescope is used to collect information about other planets and stars. And it actually looks like a telescope, as you can see. As for the those wings that you would find in most or all of the satellites, do you know the job of those wings and what are they exactly? Anyone knows? They are called Farida? Farida, can you tell me the answer?
Miss, can you repeat the question?
Okay, dear. There are wings or panels or mirrors next to all of the satellites. Do you know the job of those mirrors?
They to reflect the light on the moon or something, or the stars or something.
To reflect? No. Anyone else knows? The one who are raising their hands. Let's, for example, take Abdurrahman. Yes, Abdurrahman.
I think of two things. I think the first thinking is for the signal to make the signal more accurate.
Okay. Abdurrahman, can you hear me, guys? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because the session is about to end, I'm going to tell you quickly. Okay? So those panels are supposed to be the batteries of the satellite, because they collect the sunlight and they use it as a solar energy in order to
Miss, can I say something?
generate the satellite. Who is this?
Why is it here?
Who's talking? Malak? Yes, Malak.
No, Abdul.
No, I opened the mic by mistake.
Okay. Hey.
Yes.
Who wants to say something?
Yes.
Yes.
Me,
Who is you?
Abdurrahman.
Yes, Abdurrahman.
I think they take the batteries from the sunlight, I think.
No, they take the sun light and they turn it into energy. So this is solar cells that takes in the sunlight and turns it into energy to generate the satellite. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Since the session is about to end, I will give you your homework. Your homework is really easy. This is your homework. It's page 57. And yes. Your Mariam?
There is something wrong with this. Yes.
Yes, Mariam.
In the last number 6, I don't know it.
In the homework?
Yes.
Number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very easy. Just check which one of the planets have those rings and you will find it. خلاص? طيب. This is your homework, guys. Page 57. Please mute your mics. All of you mute your mics. This is your homework, page 57.
Can I say something?
Who are you?
Iyad.
Yes, Iyad.
When does the school close and when does it open? Because to go get the new book.
Okay. From 9 to 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss,
Okay,
can I
guys.
ask something?
Yes.
The thing, the periscope that lets you see in the planets and things. How it is like so far? How the thing is so far? Like does it so far?
I don't understand the question. Would you repeat it for me, please, Ziad?
Like a normal telescope would not be that far. How they made it that far? Like go into the space, like see the space.
Oh, they call it space. They launch it with a rocket. They put it in a rocket and they launch it to the space.
Oh.
Okay. Type. We're done for today, guys. I'm going to upload the homework for you on Google Classroom, and you have to send it to me. It's due Wednesday. Okay. Yes. Who's this?
Is this the only page for the homework?
This is Mariam.
Yes.
Yes, Mariam. What's your question?
Is this the only page for the homework?
This is the only page for the homework. Yes. Page 57.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. See you, inshallah. I will be uploading on Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
دوست على الويب سايت اللي بعت